in order to discuss the political scenario. With the army given carte blanche from the people to deal with the future situation, opposition figures, just like the public, were also waiting. Can we just have an interview? Just a clear statement.
No, I have nothing to say now.
Just to calm the people down. As you've just seen, just hours before the final deadline of the army given to the presidency, Amr Moussa refused to give us any statement regarding what the opposition is planning for the future.
Actually, we're not putting an action plan. Actually, the SCAF and the army is putting the plan for everybody, including the ruling regime as well as the opposition. So we're all of us waiting outside the delivery room for the action plan that the army is going to come up with. And I think we should comply with what the army is requesting. I think the Salvation Front is very well united.
From Al-Wefd headquarters all the way to Tahrir Square, protesters had already started gathering before the deadline. Back in Tahrir, protesters expressed deep faith in the army. Today, the army and the police have shown true nationalism. It is a positive thing the Muslim Brotherhood had taken control, because now they will not be able to enter political life. It is admirable the army has not abandoned the people for the Muslim Brotherhood's sake, but the Brotherhood abandoned for the people's sake. She is also proud that the Egyptian people have gone down with its own free will and hopes the army will always include the youth in its decisions. That euphoria only increased following Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's speech, stating that the constitution would be annulled and a new constitution put in its place that would include all representatives of the people. Rahma Zainuddin for Nile International.
The Higher State Security Prosecution ordered the detention of former President Hosni Mubarak for 15 days pending investigation in the case of the presidential palaces, where he is accused of illegal grabbing of state-owned money. Earlier, the North Cairo Mid-Damar Court ordered Mubarak release in one corruption case, but said it would continue to investigate the accusation that he and his family acquired wealth illegally. Investigators from the Illicit Gain Authority have been questioning the former president at the South Cairo prison, where he is being held to look into how he acquired several houses and villas around Egypt. Mubarak was last year sentenced to life in prison for corruption and in connection with the murder of demonstrators during the January 2011 revolution. Ministers from the 10 Nile Basin countries wrapped up their meeting in South Sudan's capital, Juba, with Egypt asserting it is not opposed to the interests of any of the Nile Basin countries unless they threaten its water security. The head of the Egyptian delegation said that the NTB Accord violates the principles of the initiative agreed upon by the countries. For his part, the Ethiopian Minister of Water and Energy said that his country is fully committed to the Nile Basin countries' mutual interests, calling on all concerned states to approve the NTB agreements. Moving on to the economic front, the International Monetary Fund said that it was making progress in talks with Egyptian authorities on potential loan, but that technical issues such as subsidies remain. The IMF and Egypt have been in talks for months over a multi-billion-dollar IMF loan. Last year, the IMF reached a deal in principle to provide a $4.8 billion in loan to help finance the government while it undertakes reforms. Egypt believes the IMF loan will help restore investor confidence in the country. In an effort to support Egyptian handmade products, a group of women organized a bazaar to showcase their products. The bazaar also featured the work of charity organizations which support the poor, the disabled, and the orphans. The details.
The current economic crisis affects every Egyptian citizen, especially women. Therefore, many Egyptian women took an initiative to make their own handmade products and sell them through exhibitions as a way of boosting their income and also to promote Egyptian handmade products. Therefore, a number of women organized an exhibition marking Mother's Day. Many women participated in the exhibition with their handmade products such as silver, jewelry, home accessories, oriental abaya, and foodstuff. The exhibition organizer, Amani Mumtaz, explains the idea.
We hold Bits and Bytes exhibition. This time it's under the theme of Mother's Day Bazaar. We usually do the same bazaars with having different themes. For example, for Spring Bazaar or Summer Bazaar, or with the event of Ramadan or different events. We try always to encourage ladies and exhibit their handmade work. We have lots of handmade stuff. We have oil paintings, we have jewelry, accessories, and home accessories. We are trying to encourage everyone to join with our exhibition, mainly to overcome the situations we are having now in Egypt. These situations are non-stop for the past 2 years, but still we are trying to convince women to continue working to help themselves and their families.
The exhibition aims at promoting handmade products. One of them is Oriental Abaya, which was introduced in a new style derived from the Egyptian nature with bright colors and accessories. Abaya designer Hanan Fakhri explains how she introduced this style.
مشتركة في المعرض بالمنتجات بتاعتي اللي هي العبايات اللي
I make handmade abaya, which bear the Bedouin style. Instead of the traditional black abaya, I introduced bright colors from the Egyptian nature.
دخلت الالوانات من الطبيعه المصريه، ودخلت الشغل الايتامين اللي هو الشغل السيناوي اللي بيتميز بيه عندنا في مصر.
I also made the prayer gowns known as isdad in a very distinguished way and untraditional that allows women to wear them while receiving guests at home. I wanted to emphasize our Egyptian style and make it different from the usual abaya that is black with a black scarf worn in Arab and Gulf countries. I participated in previous exhibitions, but it's always better to have an occasion for the exhibition. This time, it is the Mother's Day exhibition, so I thought that the abaya would be a very nice gift for mothers. Catering is one of the businesses that Egyptian women master, as they are known to be skillful cooks.
أنا اسمي سميحة قاسم أمين حفيدة.
My name is Samiha Qasim Amin. I have been in the catering business since 1997, but on and off. But recently, and thanks to my colleagues, they encouraged me to continue.
بفضل زمايلي بتوع مدرستي هم اللي شجعوني وهم اللي خلوني ان انا استمر في المشروع ده ولغايه ما وصلت للي انا فيه النهارده الحمد لله.
I cook all types of food, starting simple desserts like cakes and jams. I also make pickles in a healthy way. I cook alone as I have no one to assist me. exhibition was a great chance for women to come together and unite for a purpose that is making an income while also having fun. This is Hala Al-Hamalawi, Nile TV International.
A Turkish concert was held recently in Istawi Cultural Wheel. Nile TV's Rasha Madi attended the concert and filed in the following report.
Time to enjoy the Turkish rhythms with Muhammad Yahya's troupe. Muhammad Yahya's troupe was founded 5 years ago with a passion for classic Arabic and Turkish music.
ابتديت اغني من وانا مثلا عندي 6 سنين بس كنت بغني
I started singing at the age of 6. I used to sing classic songs for Kulthum and Warda. I started singing in Turkish 3 or 4 years ago. I like Turkish music. It's close to the classic Arabic music, but it has unique musical instruments which I enjoy listening to, like the clarinet and the saz.
هم عندهم شوية آلات أنا بعشقها زي الكلارينيت زي الساز.
Unique feature in the concert was the presence of Salma, a 6-year-old musician who entertained the public by playing the saz musical instrument.
Each month, then you have first to take some songs, then something names tamrinette, then have the concerts. But first, you have to do it on.
Actually, it was an incident. She was going for fun, for having some music practice, but they got her talent and they started to pick her up. She began to grow her talent, and fortunately she became a little star. And especially special thanks to her master, Mr. Muhammad Yahya, under the supervision of Mr. Nasser Shamma, House of Aoud. Yeah, he is the main master for all the staff, the staff in Beit Al Aoud. And then she started to practice in some concerts, going outside even Cairo, some outside an external government. But her main support from her dad, because her dad is going to drive her to the exercises and the classes. So it's an incident, but thanks God that fortunately she became a talented, small, relative music star.
The music, lyrics and beautiful voice of Nurhan al-Baghdadi took the audience back to the glorious times of the Ottoman Empire.
With this, we come to the end of today's edition of Your Say. Hope you have enjoyed it. Until we meet again next week, I'm Mahisi Rabia. Many thanks for watching.